Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can create beautiful blends using the Tombow dual tip brush pens. These pens are extremely versatile and can be used for blending in quite a few different ways. Today I'm going to show you one of those techniques. At certain points in this video, you may feel like I am endorsing these pens, but that's only because these pens are extremely amazing. I first came across these pens in the March of 2019, which is also when I learned about calligraphy and discovered that I was actually quite amazed and intrigued by it. So I started following every calligraphy or hand lettering artist I came across on Instagram, and I learned that there were so many different techniques and styles that I could try. I would look at the pictures of the artwork these artists would share and would stare at them for hours, obsessively even, to try and figure out how they had achieved that particular outcome or how could they have chosen a particular style. So about a month into obsessing over these beautiful calligraphy pieces, I came across a few artists who would share 1-minute sped up process videos. And though it does not give you a lot of insight into the process, it does give you a slight idea. And that's how I learned most of what I know about calligraphy or hand lettering today. The rest you tend to figure out in time on your own when you keep trying new things. But that said, learning by observing actually gives you a slow learning curve because you do not have an actual teacher or a set of instructions to follow. Which is why after having done these things for almost a year, I decided to share the knowledge. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do show some love. I am Neha from Artpreneur. I share tips and tricks about easy to create art. So let's begin with today's lesson. Alright, the first thing that you do before you blend inside your letters is to choose the colors you're gonna blend with. As you can see, I have blended here with 3 different shades of blue and the transitions are extremely smooth. But because I wasn't initially sure which 3 different shades of blue I wanted to go with, I first tried them on a piece of paper, which is a good strategy because you're not always sure about what the outcome of those 2 or 3 colors put together will look like. So what I did was, I tried a few different shades of blue and a few different shades of purple for the second word. Not sure if you can tell the difference because they are essentially very close shades of the same colors. But if you see the purple one, because I'm sure you can't tell the difference between the blue. But if you look at the purple one, I've tried one with blue, and then I've tried one with maroon, and then I've tried one with purple, and I finally settled on this one because this looked the best to me. And for the blue one, I've taken the third option. I settled on the third option. So these are the 4 colors for purple that I started with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lightest color, which is this color, and I'm going to create a base with it. This is something I like to do because it makes my job easier because I have a boundary inside which I have to blend, and this is probably a good strategy because you already have a base color to work with when you're blending. So next to the base color, I'm going to show you what the colors I'm going to blend it with look like on their own. Another thing you need to decide while blending is how much portion of the blend do you want a particular color to occupy. So let's say you want a particular color, in this case the darker color, to occupy 50% of the space. Then you fill a little less than 50% of the space with the darker color, because when you're gonna take the lighter color and carry the color over from the darker color to the lighter color, your darker color is gonna end up occupying the amount of space that you wanted to occupy in the particular stroke or the area that you're blending in. So if you notice right now, when I'm dragging the color from the darker color to the lighter color, my darker color is gonna get extended by a little bit. So that is why you do not actually necessarily need to color the entire space you want the darker color to occupy. So for the blue as well, I started with 4 colors, but I did not blend them all with the lighter shade which I've drawn the baseline with. So initially I blended these 2 colors together and I just used the base color to draw the base, and I did not use it in the blend at all. Now this second blend I created using 3 different colors. One is the darker shade from the previous blend, and then second one is the one which I used along with purple, the blue I used along with purple, and the third one is the base color itself. And in this third blend I used the darker shade and I blended it with the base color. Now what I don't like about the first blend in blue is that the 2 colors are very close to each other and you can't really tell the difference. So I chose the middle one because I liked that the best. It is not always necessary that you blend shades that belong to a single color. You can also blend complementary or contrasting colors, but you have to make sure that when you're blending they come together smoothly so that it does not look like you've put together 2 odd colors. Here I have used cool grey as the base color. There are a few more colors in the Tombow dual tip brush pen set that can be used as base colors. I will mention them in the description box below. So the next 2 colors I'm gonna be blending with are Rhodamine Red, which is a shade of pink, and the color Violet. If you look at the 2 colors, they've not blended very well, so I'm gonna go back and try to see if I can fix that. So this is a hit and trial process, and you'll find that sometimes 2 colors that you try to put together, whether they're complementary colors or they are contrasting colors, will not go together as well as other colors would. As you can see, reblending it made it look a little bit better. Now let's take a look at how this blend will look on alphabet A. Let me quickly show you a few other colors you can use to create blends. Obviously these are not the only few combinations that you can use, but this will just give you an idea of how you can blend complementary, contrasting or different colors together. As you would have noticed, I repeatedly clean my brush tip on another piece of paper. This is because I want to remove the residue of the other color from the brush tip so that all the colors in the blend retain their own color and do not lose their essence to the darker or the brighter colors in the blend. On this particular stroke, I will show you how you can blend multiple colors instead of just using 2 or 3 colors. With this, I think you now have a fair idea of how to create blends using the Tombow dual tip brush pens. Before I close the video, I have another tip for you. You can either use only 2 or 3 colors to create blends, or you can use multiple colors in one alphabet. You will need to create smaller blends, but the outcome will be beautiful. You can use the alphabet H as reference, in which I have almost used 6 to 7 colors. I hope you guys have a wonderful time blending. If you would like to share your progress or have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. For more such videos, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next week. Till then, take care.